And that's how Frozean's really using it here. And Frozean trying to set a trap for Iris's units, but obviously Iris has wraiths floating around. There's no way Iris is really gonna fall for it until Frozean takes care of those wraiths. It looks like Frozean has produced a couple of wraiths in order to shoo away Iris's wraiths. And now we'll see how Frozean decides to play this, and whether or not he decides to push in here and tries to do some extra damage and tries to take the initiative against Iris, or if he just plays passively. It looks like he's trying to go in with wraiths, but he's going to lose both of his wraiths, so he really only killed one wraith for 2 wraiths, so that is a bad trade for Frozean here. So I don't know if I'm not a big fan of Frozean's play right now, pulling back those tanks and not playing really well with his wraiths. And this is what I'm talking about, his overly passive style. He had an opportunity, I think, to do a lot of damage and wasn't able to do so. He also had an opportunity where he had a lot of wraiths in the air, and I think he could have been able to take down that command center if he had microed it a little bit better, but he did not. And now it looks like Iris is coming in for a drop, and Frozean saw this with an SCV, so Frozean is prepared for this. As this drop comes in, this is not going to be good at all for Iris, but only ground attacking units for Frozean were in the area, so Iris is just able to pick them back up and just retreat. He did have 4 Goliaths in that dropship, so no real damage done to either player in that pseudo drop that was coming. And Frozean playing very, 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 very tank heavy, only producing, I believe, 5 vultures total and having like 7 or 8 tanks already on the field. So he also hasn't produced any Goliaths. So I don't know. It's a very interesting strategy by him. Oh, raids produced by Frozean, so he's gonna be able to take down this dropship, no problem. And the 3 Goliaths that were dropped should be able to kill the wraiths of Frozean. If Frozean was smart, he'd get those that wraith out of there and survives. Nice mines also by Frozean, taking down the last of those Goliath. And that last wraith does survive, so that'll be alive to continue scouting. And SCVs are attacking each other, which is hilarious. And I don't know who's gonna. Oh, Frozean's SCV wins the little SCV battle. That's hilarious. Didn't expect to see pro gamers actually ever bother to do that sort of thing. But here comes Iris trying to break out here with his tanks, but Frozean not really allowing him to do so. And Frozean's just got a ton of tanks up on that ridge. He's still got more tanks on that ridge. And Iris not even sending a real unit, deciding to send an SCV to go finish off the SCV of Frozean. That was pretty funny. I don't know if either player has upgrades right now. Frozean, I don't think his armory was spinning. I was checking for that. I don't think that it was spinning. And it doesn't look like either player has an upgrade yet. But Frozean looks like he might be losing a lot of tanks here. But actually might be able to catch Iris's tanks here. And Iris actually losing a lot of tanks here. He's going to lose more. Oh, man! Iris loses almost all of his tanks. 1 tank left standing. That tank is going to go down as well. So Frozean has taken the field, ladies and gentlemen, here in front of Iris's natural. I don't know if he's going to be able to press forward really at all because of the ridges that Iris could use. But definitely he just took a decisive lead in terms of military forces. He's definitely got an advantage there. And now he's got another Wraith force there, able to take down 1 dropship. Yep, yes, they're going to take down 1 dropship before they die. So 1 dropship alive, 1 dropship dead. And Frozean building a missile turret right by Iris's new command center. And this is kind of funny, seeing some pretty funny stuff in this game. I'm highly entertained. Frozean winning an SCV battle and now kind of just fooling around with Iris. And Frozean trying to sneak in through that bath passageway, at least laying some mines down. But I think Iris is going to be able to clear those away pretty effectively. But this does mean that Iris is not going to have that simple exit route that he was taking advantage of earlier in the game. He's going to have to break. He's going to have to engage Frozean somewhere. And finally Frozean sends a couple of vultures over to that top right position to take them down. And Frozean playing very, very well. I've got to say Frozean's doing very, very well. He's produced more wraiths, continuously producing wraiths rather than dropships, and picking off the dropships of Iris, and also now using those wraiths for a sight advantage. I've got to say I'm pretty impressed right now with some of the ideas by Frozean. Some of the play by him is very, very good, and I think he's pushing in here when he probably shouldn't. He's going to lose all those 3 tanks and didn't make any kills. But overall, some good ideas by him, and he's playing pretty well now. And he does have his 3rd base up and running, whereas Iris has produced that 3rd command center, but obviously he cannot make a SCV transfer, nor is he really being allowed to produce SCVs over there, since a couple of Frozean's vultures are standing guard. And it doesn't look like, still, neither player looks like they're producing, getting upgrades, which is very, very odd to me that neither player is choosing to do so. Iris has not gotten any upgrades, his armory is not spinning, and I don't believe Frozean has any upgrades either. Can't tell. But Ooh, Iris found a good position from which to tank the inside of his opponent's base here. He can actually get a couple of these supply depots and maybe even interfere with possibly that factory. Yeah, he is going to be able to interfere with that factory and take it down. And Iris is going to take this opportunity to try and break out, coming in with vultures and mines as well. Going to try and take down all these tanks. Those mines can do so much damage. So much damage. Oh, they do a lot of. Oh man, surprisingly little damage. And ladies and gentlemen, Frozean has taken this game. Iris losing a TVT to Frozean. I am quite surprised here. Overall, I'm surprised that Frozean was able to take down Iris, but Frozean is definitely a quality player overall. Despite the fact that usually he's not very fun to watch, but that game, I gotta say, that game, Frozean definitely opened my eyes a little bit. That was pretty entertaining, pretty fun to watch. SEV battles, turrets going up, just in your face, some in your face strategies, taking advantage with his Rays, doing a really good job. So Frozean doing an excellent play there, taking down Iris. And Iris, he didn't look poor, but he just didn't have it. It's kind of like Hero lost to Everett, but he didn't look bad doing it. Iris loses to Frozean, but he didn't look bad or anything, so he shouldn't be kicking himself over that loss. He played pretty well, but a loss is a loss. This series is going to be tied 1-1, STX versus CJ Entis. The next game is going to be Calm versus Movie on a map that we are also familiar with, Heartbreak Ridge. So I will see you in the next set. It's going to be Calm versus Movie.